Inauguration Day barely gone, and the Iran issue quickly leaps into headlining agenda for the new Biden administration. From the first news conference held, President Joe Biden's policy was reiterated again.
The president has made clear that he believes that through follow-on diplomacy, the United States should seek to lengthen and strengthen nuclear constraints on Iran and address other issues of concern. Iran must resume compliance with significant nuclear constraints under the deal.
These words may be applauded by those who voted Biden in and who supported him under President Barack Obama when the Iran nuclear deal was formulated and signed. But Israel appears weary of what lies ahead, especially the prospect of its chief ally alleviating pressure imposed on Iran by the previous administration. The issue was addressed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the message he sent congratulating President Biden.
I look forward to working with you to further strengthen the U.S.-Israel alliance, to continue expanding peace between Israel and the Arab world, and to confront common challenges, chief among them the threat posed by Iran.
Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz also mentioned Iran in his message to the new president.
The United States and Israel in particular share many goals and challenges at this time. Containing Iran's regional aggression and nuclear aspirations, fighting terror organization and destabilizing forces.
It may not have been said in the congratulatory remarks by Israeli leaders, but those leading the Israeli government and defense establishment enjoyed the Trump administration's maximum pressure policy. That period is officially over.
The position that the president took during the elections, we want to go back to the old deal as a basis for negotiating a new one, is a problematic approach, because if you go back to the old deal, if you just do that, then you've given up on the leverage that Trump did succeed in achieving.
Israeli officials reportedly indicated that if the U.S. re-enters the 2015 JCPOA, then Israel will have no reason to engage with the U.S. on the issue. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu is said to be considering appointing a special envoy for the Iran issue. The name surfacing is Yossi Cohen, the current head of Israel's spy agency Mossad. And Israel isn't wasting any time preparing for a worst-case scenario, announcing on Wednesday the plan for a massive month-long military exercise simulating, of course, an armed conflict with Iran on several fronts. From the Israeli premier to the chief of staff of the Israeli military, Israel has made it clear it will do whatever it deems necessary to protect its borders and interests. Military exercises like the one planned for this summer might be a way of keeping troops in trim, but they're also a clear message to Iran.